is the Bryan and Vinny Show. It is October 12th, 2012. Here at figure4online.com/wrestlingobserver.com. It's a weekend edition of the show. We're going to get Granny here on the line in a second. And then we're going to talk about Impact. A great show that ended up going off the rails. Legit off the rails. It was a shoot, brother. Haven't had a good pro wrestling shoot in a long time.
No, we still have not. In a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting worked up about this. I didn't care about the match going in. So they took my indifference and turned it into disdain.
Yeah, Dave, I know, is infuriated about it.
Apparently a lot of people are.
I actually, it's one of those things where everybody was so infuriated about it that when I watched it later, it was like, meh. Typical stupidity.
Yeah.
I know that there's going to be defense from somebody that he wasn't tearing up the script. He was simply tearing up the format. And all shows have formats. Doesn't mean it's scripted. But no, in fact, he said, I'm not going to say what is written here. So I doubt he was going to come out here and say, for example,
11:58.
11:58.
Aries its ring, yes. Rap?
Yeah.
I see.
Wrap the program.
Right.
Yeah, it sucked. You know what's infuriating? What I will say is kind of infuriating about the whole thing is Aries could have cut almost the exact same promo without having to throw in that he went off script. That just made it stupid. That just made the whole thing stupid. Not only to make it stupid, it made you, the viewer, stupid. Because apparently you fell for a bunch of bullshit last several weeks.
Yeah. Never a good idea to tell your audience that what they've been watching for the past several weeks or months or whatever does not count.
Yeah, it's all fake.
You have been wasting your time is what that tells us, which is true.
Yeah, this was... Somebody had an idea, and it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's a bad idea. Well,
let's
who
call
cares?
Granny.
Let's get Granny here on the line. Shall we?
Shall we?
Shall we? What's up, Granny?
Okay. Did you get my question marks email?
No, you must have just sent it.
Yeah. Okay. What's up?
Moving on. I don't know. What's up, Granny? You tell me.
Well, what I was listening to you and Todd, and then I went in there to the board where they have their little, their poll where time stop on Granny.
Granny doesn't understand what timestamp means, everybody.
Yes, I do.
Really? What does it mean?
It means they want to put a time limit on me.
Nope, that's not what it means.
And 12 of them said yes and 64 said no.
Yeah?
So
do you feel better now, Granny?
Yeah, and I want to say thanks, long-time traveler, for all his kind words.
Long-time traveler.
Yeah.
Granny, I'm going to say this again. Granny, everybody, was ready to quit the other day because she misunderstood the timestamp deal and she saw the poll. Granny, you'll leave this show when we put you in the ground. Do you hear me?
All right.
You're going to leave this show when we put you in the ground. Because it doesn't matter what a couple of geeks on the board say about you. It doesn't matter. It's my show!
Okay.
All right. Now, what are we doing here today?
Okay. I got the idea of this morning. I said, well, why don't a bunch of you guess who Brian's going to pick for VP?
This whole presidential election thing has gone so off the rails. I've forgotten what's supposed to happen each week.
So has our show.
I forgot I was supposed to get a running mate. Let me think about
you
this.
were supposed to make your speech.
Oh, that's right. It is my speech. I was hoping you'd forget so I could put it off for another week.
Well, I wanted to ask you, too, does the VP have to be born in the U.S.?
In real life or in our contest?
In our contest here.
Well, clearly not, because Vince's running mate is Anchor, who is definitely a foreigner.
He's very Scottish.
Hey, and talking about Anchor, if I was you, Vinny, I would toss him out on his ear.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
What did Anchor do?
Well, he put on the board, well, I should have been with Bryan.
He did. That was his very first response.
He did
Yeah.
complain.
The vice presidential candidate complained that he should be on a different ticket.
Yes.
We're a
Yeah.
smooth running operation, I tell you.
Yeah.
I would pick somebody else.
Anchor, you are on notice.
Yeah. Well, Granny, why don't we start with some of the guesses as to who my running mate is going to be?
Okay. Wait a minute. Get started here. Got to get to the top. I got 30 of them, but it'll go fast because Zach Timmons says Lance. J.P. Nichols says Joseph Park once he is relieved from his kidnapping.
Once he's relieved?
Relieved from his kidnapping. Whatever is supposed to be released, I guess, but that's okay. Anyway, Martin Bentley says Brent. Dale Andrews says Snorky. Thomas Brown says Buff Bagwell. Jeremy Plotkin says Mike Coughlin. And Patrick Groneman says his wife, of course, because if he doesn't, she'll make him tap out. Kyle Schroeder says Dave. Greg Perry says Pedro Sar. Stephen Breen says Scott T.
You did a hell of a job pronouncing Pedro Sauer, Granny. I'm shocked.
Oh, I've heard it. I've seen it so often.
I see.
And Ryan Klingman says Junior Horseman. Mark Russ says Ed. And Bob Thompson says Claire Lynch. And Kenneth with the long name M-I-C-H-N-I says Jesus Christ. Steve Wan says
Jesus
Grant.
Christ?
Was that his nomination, or was he just cursing?
No, he says that's who's been picked.
Okay.
And Kenny Murphy says, I'm guessing Whitney. And James Brown, it's me, it's JPB. Eric Darcy says Whitney or Dave Meltzer. And Ed, of course, says Ed. You know, last week I said who would like to be my VP, and that guy drove me nuts. I finally had to tell him he's not on there.
Wow.
So Brad, Krappff, says Vince Russo, so on a daily basis he can tell Vince that that's a bad idea. Jeremy Plotkin, I think I've seen him before, didn't we? Number 1, Paul Jones. Patrick Michael says Wade Keller. Lance Evers says Big Dave. There's 2 of them from Lance, probably one of his cats. And Brian Quinlan says Bigfoot. Jeremy Plotkin says Stylishone. That's exactly Stylishone.
Stylish one.
Oh, Stylish one.
Yeah. That was the funniest thing Granny's ever heard.
Yeah, I read that. Weird, anyway.
Very weird.
Yeah, Lon Pepper says, I think it's Pepper, P-E-P-E-R, Lightning Hopkins. Alexander Famery says, number 1, Paul Jones. Darren Wadsworth, I think Vinny. That's the only way he'll get more votes than you is to form a coalition with Vinny. How could that be? You're both going to be try to be presidents. Paul Fontaine, it better be me. I will work for cheap and get him international support. And Ryan Norcross says, it better be the $10 he owes me.
That's a good one.
This? Is that the last one?
Yeah, that was the last one. And by the way, I sent Dad Baby or whatever, I sent his PayPal to you. Did you get it?
I did, yes.
Okay. Have you sent in the money?
No.
Shame on you.
I need Secretary of Treasury, apparently.
That thread, by the way, or list of questions, or the 2 minutes of audio, was frankly everything there is to know about Bryan Alvarez.
That pretty much covers it.
Bigfoot, cats, jiu-jitsu, blues,
Money.
wife.
Wife.
That's it.
Yep, that's about it.
I can't think of a thing that they didn't come up with. Even Brent.
That sure says a lot about me.
Okay, now let's hear your talk, Bryan, and who are you going to pick?
Well, I was hell-bent against picking Ed.
You're not going to pick him.
Can you hear me out, Granny?
Okay.
I was hell-bent against picking Ed. But then I thought about it, and I was like, if Ed is the vice president, that will protect me from assassination. Because no one wants Ed to run this country.
You wouldn't win either.
That's the other problem. So, in the end, I concluded that I will, in fact, choose my cat Snorky as my running mate. For 2 reasons. Several reasons, actually. Number 1, Snorky is my highest-ranking cat. Snorky is a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. So I know that she can handle herself. Number 2, I believe in some ways that will protect me from the threat of assassination. Because, in fact, if anybody kills me, this country will be run by a cat. And third, I love Snorky, but honest to God, I don't trust anybody running this country but me. And I know that Snorky's going to have nothing to say about any of this. So therefore, my running mate is, in fact, my cat Snorky.
Okay, now let's hear your speech.
My speech?
Mm-hmm.
I did not really prepare a speech, and I want to keep it quick. So, what I would like to say is that, first off, I will institute some changes, such as the national bird will no longer be the eagle, but will now be the cat. That's number 1. And number 2, and perhaps most importantly, I know that last week, Vinny made a speech in which he discussed various things that he would like to change about the world. The nation. This great nation, I might add. But they were very specific, and there were only a few. So, what I'm going to do as president is something that I have talked about in the past, and that is I am going to begin work on what I like to call the Ray Start. It is a ray gun that I will provide to anybody who can pass an IQ test. I'm not sure exactly what the test will be yet, or what score you will need to pass, or what your IQ will need to be. But if you are proven to have any semblance of intelligence, you will be allowed to possess a Ray Start gun, which is a device that you can use in case, say, you are driving behind someone who is going too slow, or you are passed dangerously close, on the other hand, by someone who is going too fast. Or perhaps you are behind that old person that drives really, really slow and then proceeds to run a stop sign in a school zone. Whatever occurs where you see somebody doing something extremely stupid, you can shoot them with the Ray Start gun, and they must start their entire day over again.
That is so dumb.
They wake up, they realize what a goddamn idiot they were, and what a stupid thing they did. And no matter what they accomplish during the day, it's all erased, and they have to start over again. And I believe that when the Ray Start gun is put into the hands of responsible citizenry, much like, I should add, every single person listening to this right now, this country is going to be a much, much better place.
Yeah, this country will be nothing but a bunch of people shooting each other for nothing.
It won't be for nothing, Granny. It'll always be for something.
Yeah, but who's going to tell what? I mean, it's just like having a gun.
No, it's a Ray Start gun. No one gets hurt. You just got to start your day over again.
Oh, my gosh. There's a lot of people I like it. Don't like it at Pinochle, so I'm just going to go in there and say, you did something wrong today.
Well, Granny, there's no guarantee you're going to pass a test and get a gun. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the Ray Start gun doesn't go into the hands of everybody, Granny. Only people that can use it wisely.
Well, then there'll be, like it is with guns, there'll be guys selling them.
Ray start guns on the black market?
Yep.
I'll deal with that problem when it comes about.
Yeah, I bet.
You have brought up this idea on the show before.
Yeah.
And I asked this question, and you answered it, but I'm going to ask it again. What if you had a really good day? And then starting it over would be a great thing.
That's fine. I don't care if you start your day over again.
Okay.
You can shoot yourself with the ray gun and just relive your great day over and over again. But what you understand, Vinny, is that the butterfly effect is always in effect. So if you have a wonderful day, Vinny, let's say you win $1 million.
Yeah.
And your high school sweetheart calls you up immediately and says, "Come on over, my man." And you have a wonderful day, and you decide, "God damn, I'm going to live this day over again." And you shoot yourself with the ray gun, and you start your day over. There's no guarantee that when you start that day over, you're necessarily going to win the lottery again.
I see.
You never know where the winds may blow.
All right.
You may go to cash the check and get hit by a car. So it's a crapshoot, Vinny.
Okay.
You can take your chances and try again.
That's a fair answer.
Yeah.
I was just reading something on here a while ago. This kid, he was getting the Veterans Affairs dependency check to go to college, and he usually gets $650 a month, and he got a check for $500 million.
$500 million.
Yeah, for $500 million, he got a check.
Well, that seems like some kind of error.
No wonder the country's going so broke.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to go broke quickly, I would think.
About that. So there you go, Granny. That's my running mate. That is my initial speech and my platform. And the way I look at it, I got one more thing I'm going to do. I have always been gobsmacked during elections. For example, the 2000 election, when there was the big brouhaha, and nobody could figure out how many people actually voted for anybody. And I was baffled. It's 2000. How can we not figure out who voted for who, or whether you voted twice, or whether you didn't vote? This shouldn't be that hard. So, I am going to begin building a brand new voting system that retina display or whatever, fingerprints, I don't know, I'll figure something out. I'm going to have a lot of smart people working for me when I'm president. But they're going to design a system that is going to be foolproof. And I guarantee that if you vote for me, you will automatically get a Ray Start gun. That's right.
So bribery.
Yeah, exactly.
You're coming right in with
Well,
this.
I just know that if they vote for me, they must be smart.
Ah.
So they get the gun. And if you vote for anybody else, good luck. Good luck.
Boy, oh boy, all I can say to that is...
Of course you can, Granny, because you know you're in trouble now.
She's got you there.
You're in trouble.
I'm going to beat you.
All right, so next week, Granny, you got to give your speech, and we need to hear your running mate next week.
Okay, Vinny, are you going to change yours?
Why would I change mine?
He's very happy with his platform, Granny.
I did put thought into that.
No speed limits and anchor. How could you possibly lose?
Yes.
How could you possibly lose with a platform like that?
Okay, now I'll be done when you tell me what timestamp means.
Granny, what it means is they want me, when I post the show, to say that Granny is on the show from 0 minutes until 29 minutes and 27 seconds. So they can jump to 29:27 and not have to listen to you.
Oh, okay.
The problem is these people are so goddamn stupid that apparently they don't realize that you are on from 0 minutes to 30 minutes every single week. Some weeks, maybe it is 2 minutes earlier, and maybe it's 2 minutes later. But in general, you're on from 0 to 30:00 every single week. So, I ain't time-stamping Granny. You should be listening to her anyway.
I didn't know I was allowed 30 minutes.
Granny, you're on for 30 minutes every single solitary show.
That's part of why I get so stressed, because I'm afraid I'm going way over time.
No, I cut you off at 30 minutes every single time. That's why at about the 22-minute mark, I go, 2 more, because you invariably do 12 more, and that ends us at approximately 30 minutes.
I was getting ready to set the time clock.
I've got a time clock that I look at every single time we do this show. And I cut you off at the same time every single solitary time. So anybody that goes on the board and begs for a timestamp, I conclude this person can't possibly be all that smart, or they would know this, so I'm going to ignore them.
Okay. It's my half hour over.
No, you've got 9 minutes left, so proceed.
What? I haven't got anything left.
You have no questions?
No, I didn't want to have to answer any questions tonight, so that's all I had was those.
So the one time you had 9 extra minutes to reach the 30-minute mark so that everybody could skip forward to the exact same time as always, you have nothing left.
Tonight, let's just make those time-stamp people happy and
No!
early.
Granny, I am not catering to 1% of the people that whine every single week. 99% of the people listen to this show, they love your segment, and they either praise it or they never complain. And then there's 2% of people that are going to complain every single solitary week without fail, and I ignore them.
Oh, okay.
I don't care what they think about this segment. It's my show, and you're going to be on it for 30 minutes. Now let's talk about something fun. What'd you do this week?
Okay, what I want to know is what Vinny did for his birthday, and did you notice?
Vinny had a great birthday party over here, Granny. An excellent birthday party, didn't you, Vince?
Brian gave me pecan pie and ice cream.
His favorite ice cream, I might add.
Chocolate chip mint.
And a used birthday card.
Which I believe is still here.
I just use it for everybody.
Yeah.
What did you do, Vinny? What did you do for your birthday?
My actual birthday, I edited newsletters. Yeah. I watched some football. I went over to my girlfriend's. We went to see, I went to Red Robin. I had, what did they have? A honey whiskey lemonade that also had agave nectar and mint. And I had at least 2. I think more. And then whatever burger I had, which was fine. The drink was actually the best part by far. We went and saw Taken 2. And then we went home and watched The Voice.
Oh, you didn't get together with your family?
I'm seeing my dad on Friday night. I'm not sure when I'm going to see my mom, actually. It'll be a delayed party with her.
What do you think about that, Granny?
That was nice.
Should he have gone to Big Daddy's?
Guess what? And my birthday would be even before the election.
That's right. Your birthday is before the election.
Yeah, and Big Daddy's closed down, so now I can't have a party there.
Now you can't, are you going to go to Chan's?
That's not as much fun.
We can go to the senior center.
The senior center.
Yeah.
I'm really getting kind of. I'm going to try to miss a few of these Thursdays. We got one gal that likes to talk politics, and she gave me such a headache today.
Oh God.
And they just they think they know it all, and they're just.
I don't think anybody. Maybe some people aren't aware of this, but Granny is an old lady. And so she likes to eat old lady food. She wakes up and she has the bacon and the eggs and that sort of thing. And
wait a minute.
You like sandwiches and...
Wait a minute.
Yes?
What makes bacon, eggs, and sandwiches old lady food?
Well, I'm just saying it's traditional, classic American food.
I see.
She likes a pot roast. She likes turkey for Thanksgiving.
Pot roast, actually, I would agree, is a granny food.
She likes typical American cuisine. So... I always am baffled when Granny gets excited to go to Chan's House of Chinese Food. I don't know why. It just always amazes me. What is it about Chan's that you like, Granny? You'd never go to Teriyaki. You'd never eat any of the Chinese food at Top Food. You'd never go to any other restaurant. You never go to Mexican food, nothing. But for some reason, you love Chan's.
Well, Mexican food makes my stomach, hurts my stomach. It must be something they put in it because... And Chan's, they have the almond chicken, so there you go. It's just chicken.
You just love the almond chicken.
Chicken and rice.
Wow.
But I'm not for any of this foreign food at all. Not at all. My daughter and I went to one place down there in Canyon Park, and we paid $10 a meal, and all I got was a bunch of noodles with a little bit of meat on it because I didn't like any of their other stuff.
You better not be talking about the Mongolian Grill, Granny, or
That's right.
No! That's the best restaurant around.
I wouldn't go there again.
I'm hanging up on you.
Go ahead.
You got to be kidding me. Granny, have you been to that Mongolian Grill, Vinny?
Yeah.
That place is awesome. You didn't like broccoli or
Nope.
carrots or...
And not only that, half of their vegetables aren't cooked all the way either. They're half raw.
Granny, they take the vegetables and throw them on the hot grill.
But they still aren't done.
I see.
What do you mean they're not done?
They're not cooked all the way through.
Granny, Granny, you get a bowl. I hope you didn't just put those raw noodles in a bowl and take it back to your table. Did you?
Huh?
Did they cook your noodles and meat, or did you just take it back to the table and eat it raw?
No, they were all cooked, but...
You fill a bowl with all those vegetables and meat and noodles, and you take it up, and they cook it up for you, and they put sauce on it. That's the best restaurant, or that's my favorite restaurant you're burying right now, Granny. That's like if I came on this show and said, Danny sucks.
I don't like it, so that's that.
I'm just appalled.
And Wayne decided he didn't like Denny's anymore either. We were there for a half hour before they took our order. He finally had to get up and ask for the gal to come over, and then he didn't leave a tip.
Yeah, I've been to that Denny's. It's hit and miss. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they suck. But it's Denny's. What do you expect?
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to go there anymore.
All right, Granny. Well, listen, we're going to get ready to wrap it up here, but next week I want a running mate from you. And you need to be able prepared to deliver your speech. I was not prepared today, but I felt I did my best. And you need to convince these people listening why they need to vote for you.
Yeah, well, like I say, I've got a whole bunch of people that volunteered to be the VP. In fact, I did it a little bit too early, but I got a whole bunch of people, so I have a lot of different ones to pick from.
Now, not to give anything away, Granny. Don't say anything except a simple yes/no answer will suffice. Do you have a running mate in mind currently?
Yes.
You do? Very interesting.
Why?
Very interesting. I think I know who this running mate is, but...
In fact, I have two of them.
You have two running mates?
Yeah, I have to decide between two.
I see. Wow.
And it isn't Ed.
Well, that's good.
I had something I was going to say, but I'm not going to say it.
Everybody kept saying, it's Ed. It would really be something for the two of you to be... No way.
It really would be something. They're right about that.
He would probably take over the whole thing and kick me out.
He'd try.
Yeah.
He'd try. All right, Granny, we're going to wrap it up today. Be ready for next week, and we'll have a good time shall be had by all.
All righty.
All right, sounds good.
Bye.
All right, bye. Been a long time since I cut a good promo on the board. It's been a long time coming. Largely because I just go on the board, and about a year ago, I just came to the conclusion, why bother? You know what I mean?
I do.
There's some people on the board that say some really stupid things. And sometimes I type up a whole response, and then I just don't post it. Because when I'm done typing the response, I'm like, why am I wasting my time? And then I go play with my cats. And life is a lot better. Let me tell you. Life is a whole lot better